Welcome to I'm bringing back menus to Business Central. Hey, I'm Eric, and something that has been on my mind for a while, and I have actually implemented this in multiple apps without realizing the conscient thought behind it, is that Business Central is kind of lacking a way to add discoverability to a single app. And what do I mean by that? I mean by that we have a role center, and role center is great. You open up and you get something that fits your role. The problem, for me at least, is that none of my apps are really a role-based app because my apps are not vertical. My apps are tools that does something that works for everyone. So adding app discoverability to a role center to my apps is kind of counterintuitive, because it's not a role to use the SharePoint connector. It's not a role to use the Simple Object Designer. Those are just tools. But I really want some sort of discoverability, so that when you open up the app, there is a place where you can see everything. This is the Simple Object Designer. That's the main page. There's a bunch of stuff you can do, a bit of statistics and so on. So I think it's a great place to discover what the app can do. Recently, I did the same thing for the Advanced Cloud Security app that enables field level and data level security, because it was really hard for users to understand that in this case there were three distinct phases. So by illustrating it in a menu, it becomes much easier for users to operate the app. And the problem is that if you have a regular app, there isn't right now. Business Central does not really have a natural place. If I add a role center, that's kind of counterintuitive, because you don't want to switch over to the Advanced Cloud Security role center just for those 10 minutes where you need to work on your security, because you have a role center that fits your job, but your job is not my app. My app is just something you do once in a while. And there's no way that you can open a role center as a page. So as I've shown here, I have kind of ended up. Let's go back here. I've ended up with in these two apps, building a menu, and now I am working on another app. Let's see, where is the code? Is probably somewhere here, and that app is something called WSFN, which is, I think it's actually my oldest app. It's probably the least known app. It's a middleware. It's an app that enables you to build portals and websites and APIs and all sorts of things like that in Business Central to enable interaction with vendors or customers or whomever they may be. And up until now, the old version, I'm doing a next gen version of this where lots of cool stuff are coming. But the complete discoverability for the app has kind of been, well, you type WSFN in the search function and then you get a bunch of things. This is the menu for the app, and it had a menu because way back in Classic, because this is a very old app. We added to menu items to the menu suite when we had the menu suite object type. So we had a menu. So there's some place in the menu click WSFN and you basically got all these things. Well, not serial number labels. Quite interesting. The WSFN, which web server for Navision Nav. Maybe it needs a new name. I don't know why SN label actually. Anyway, SN maybe, I don't know. So I'm trying to build something like these for this one. So let me show you what I'm doing right now. So here is the page. So list plus, which is actually this card page, seems to be the one that renders the nicest for this. I run on my setup table. I don't allow anything, so the page is not in any way in edit mode. And what I do is that you can see, let's collapse all this, collapse this. So when I open the page, I make sure that I have a setup. If I don't have a setup, then it doesn't really work. So it will make sure that whatever first time you open it, you go through the setup. Then in the content area, in this case, so actually let me show what I have so far, because we paused. Didn't I just click on this like 10 seconds ago? Let's see. Wow. Now, and you know my license is about to expire. Partner center, partner source is weird these days. So this is what I have right now. I wanted to put a logo on top. I wanted to put company name in the upper right, lower right. Right now I have set up in the menu, so I have a menu on the menu. That's debatable. It kind of works well for Simple Object Designer. We got setup and publish up here, which like main operation. Then we have tasks to what you want to create, and if you want to expose data, and if you want to expect and customize specific objects, and regular information and some statistics. Right, that works great. I kind of did the same thing here with setup. So I guess putting setup here is now consistent across my apps. I don't know. So what I wanted here was, you see, I added one action. Those are web actions. So the app, the WSFN app right now is actually the eFocus support portal. So there's a lot about updating tasks and timesheets and priorities and stuff like that. But I'm actually using something that, see this one, what is this? Well, let's add another one of these. So let's go down here, and in the area, maybe I actually want to make this slightly smaller, the logo at the top. So I have a user control that shows the logo, and at the bottom I have another user control that shows another logo, and it's a different user control because I think this one requests 100. Oh, maybe they're very much alike right now. But there are certain things on user controls that you have to have separate user controls because you cannot, especially sizes, you cannot dynamically specify in a good way, specify the size. Anyway, there are already videos on that. I'm pretty sure. So what I have done here is that I have a grid and a group and a group, and this is where it sits. And there's some weird rendering thing unless you add a group and in the grid otherwise. But I think I can add a new menu here. And the way you do it is actually you add a label to field. So the first thing we go do is let's security profiles. I create a label here called security profiles. And then I go up here and I say field security profile. So I add the label as a field, and application area, that might not be necessary because I think I have updated to a newer runtime. We don't want a caption. That's very important. So show caption false because we just want the link, nothing else. And then we need to be able to click on the field. So we need to make the field work just like if this was a flow field or drill down or something. So we can do a on drill down trigger, and then we do page run page WSN security profiles. Let's see how that looks. I had a 5. I select the thing. So now we're gonna see something kind of weird, because ignore this, but it kind of sometimes opens twice. Oh, actually not in this case because there's nothing open behind. So now we got build and we got security profiles. So that's pretty good. Let's just add the last one so we at least get the 3 columns here. So let's add a users. Somewhere to edit users. I'm going to do the exact same thing here. Field users, application area all, show caption false, trigger on drill down, begin, page run, page : W7 users. There we go. I deploy again. See, now it did it, right? Sometimes you get this weird thing, but so now we have the 3 columns here: action, security profile, users. We can start. Kind of looks crappy with the logos. I need to figure that out. So we can add some more. If I go WSFN setup, we got users, we got setup, we got action, WSFN companies. So one way you can run WSFN is that we used this back in Denmark to build online banking portals for car leasing companies. So a car dealership could log in and create a financing offer for a customer. So we had this concept of users can be grouped in companies. So the car dealership can maintain, they get like a super user for them, and then they can maintain their own users. So the companies, let's see what else we got. We got action, the template that should be in the build. So WSFN have a lot of different ways it can work. One of them is very much something like PHP, where you build a template and then you can insert fields, and you can do if and then include some HTML and stuff like that. I need to create one of these. So templates, HTML templates, I think is probably the best way of doing this. go up here on the build and do field templates. We grab the usual shtick here. I think the page is actually called WSN templates. There we go. So template, security profile, security settings. So we'll add that here. So we'll create another one called security settings, label. And I want that in the security group. And this is security settings. Let's see how that looks. Still kind of empty, but you can you see the the beginning of this, that now we can kind of, as when a user opens up WSFN, oh okay, there's some templates, you can look at the template, look at the header, and it's all great. We can go into security settings and see there are filters getting set on depending on what profiles we have, and so on. So it's there's a nice level of discoverability. Maybe I need this one. Maybe it needs some dashboarding also. There might be some telemetry numbers of numbers of users, or longest running queries, or whatever. But I kind of now have a whole screen where I can model my app, and this won't. So if my, let's see what I'm actually is right now. I am the business manager. Oh, this is still my role, but sometimes I need to do something on a portal. Well, I open the menu for my app, and I work on this, and then I'm done. I continue without having to change my role, because my role has not changed. I'm just doing a lot of things. So what do you think about this? I'm pretty convinced that this is the right way, at least for my apps, because that they are not role based at all. They are a feature, a function, a corner, a niche, whatever it is. So there's nobody who will work inside my app all day, which I totally get. That some apps are different. Inside Works, shop floor, something. Well, you have somebody who never goes anywhere in Business Central apart from what's within a role. So role centers make a lot of sense. But for something like me, I want to offer my customers way more discoverability than I can do just through the tell me, and I do not see people changing roles, change the roles, change the profile whenever they want to work with something else. That's simply not a pattern I see in users. Even though there might be a role center available, I don't see people changing. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And when you're done that, and maybe if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. There's a new video every week, and it's filled with AL hacking, just like the one here. So Go check that one out. It's a good one. I'll see you there. Take care. Bye.